Hi. This is awful every single time. I'm glad I'm gonna this is the just the recording. This is the super rough cut.
It's the first one, technically. No, it's the second one, technically, but the first one didn't go all that well.
Well, hi, I'm Savannah.
Yeah, that noob over there is Savannah.
Hey.
What, are you gonna attack me for calling you a noob?
No.
Do it.
You're not wrong. And what's your name?
I'm Isabel.
Mysterious stranger. Welcome back to episode of...
That's accurate.
Episode number... I don't know. I will...
1.5.
It'll be in the title.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Life Under the Bed. What's up?
Woot.
Yeah. Nobody's gonna ever listen to this. It's fine.
Maybe they will. You never know.
I mean, I was gonna, send it to our friends.
Don't you dare.
You don't want to send it to people that we know.
No, I don't. No, I don't want you to. Unless I'm not in it. You can send it to people if I'm not in it.
Oh,
sorry, man. I don't want to be a part of that.
I won't.
I'm good.
So, what topic have you decided to...
Why am I hosting this?
Well, you were the one who suggested this.
Guns or no guns?
Do you want to start?
I say guns, actually. Surprise, surprise. Did you know that?
I don't know. I mean, I know...
I don't think we've ever talked about this.
I don't think so. I know you're a Republican. Kind of.
I don't really want to go with the labels. Let's say I agree with both and just get that out of the way.
Yeah, okay. I did not think you would go. The guys...
I have a reason for it.
The pacifist says guns.
I have a reason for it, I promise.
What's your reason?
If they're only used for protection. Because, my family, we have 4 guns in this house. And it's for if there's a robbery or legitimately if someone is trying to hurt my family, then I don't want to have to be able to just sit there and not be of any use, you know? I don't want to just watch as something terrible happens. I want to be able to take action and protect the people I care about. And that's how my parents feel about it. So if, not everyone is a terrible person, and they're not always going to use a gun to kill people. Surprise, surprise. That might sound crazy, but it's just a tool that also gets people really angry when they talk about guns as just being a tool. But that's what I think of it as. That's
really interesting. But that makes sense.
I mean, I lived in Alaska. Every teacher in my school had a gun. You can look it up. There's barely any school shootings in Alaska. Because everyone has a gun. So if some terrible person pulls out a gun, you can bet 5 other people are going to pull out a gun and nothing is going to happen. Because there's no threat there. Everyone can protect themselves. I just don't want to walk into a world that I'm totally defenseless in.
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
I don't know. What do you think? It is a tough subject.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking that there should be guns, but only in hunting contexts, contexts, right. Or if you're, if that's part of your job, if you're a police officer, right. Or you're in the military, then obviously you have to defend yourself. But as a normal person walking down the street, I don't think you should have a gun.
Makes sense. Also, it's hard to tell if people are mentally stable enough to even have a gun.
Yeah. And I'm sure that probably most people aren't going to agree with my viewpoint, but I do think that we should at least increase the laws on gun control and make it harder for somebody to get a gun.
There's a lot of people that agree with that. I think it's stupid that, I forgot what they're called, but it's basically a machine gun and you can just buy it. I think that's really dumb.
Yeah, that's...
Because that's why a lot of school shootings happen, is because you can just easily buy these things. There should definitely be a harder...
It should be hard to get a gun.
Yeah, it should be difficult. It should be difficult. But it's also the fact that a lot of people live their lives with, like, they need guns to survive.
Yeah, I think that in that context...
Like, you need them to hunt.
Yes, that in that context, there should be guns.
Because there are people that live in rural parts of the country that use guns on a daily basis to bring food for their families home.
Yeah.
So it's not... I think in this time, in, like, day and age and everything, a lot of people see guns as this evil thing because of all the school shootings, which makes perfect sense, especially if you've gone through that. I can't even begin to imagine how scary that might have been. But I do honestly think they're tools, and maybe I'm just ignorant because I haven't gone through it, but I don't know.
No, I think that makes sense.
I don't know, man. It is a weird topic, or not a weird, it's very controversial.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Controversial.
It's very controversial. Especially now. I never really thought, I don't know, it used to be such a weird thing when they would talk about, like, a school shooting on the news. It would be really crazy. And it's sad now how it's so common, I guess.
Yeah, that is definitely an issue, I think.
I mean, I would love it if that didn't even have to be a problem. If guns were never a thing in the first place, something that can so easily hurt someone or kill them. Yeah, if they were never there in the first place, that would be great. But I feel like if someone really wants something, they're going to do their best to get it, and it's only going to get worse if you try and hold people back from that.
Yeah.
At least that's what I think. I don't know.
I think that makes sense, but like I said, I think that guns should only be allowed in specific contexts.
That makes sense.
But I think the very least we can do is make it very hard for somebody to get a gun. Like, you should have to go through a mental evaluation to see, does this person have a mental illness? If so...
Are they mentally fit to have this?
Yes.
Even if it's just a handgun, which should honestly be the only thing. Or something even smaller than that.
Yeah.
Something where it's not anything close to a machine gun. I don't know what they're called. I wish I did. But some of those things are still sold in stores, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
It's also a political topic, so you know it's not going to be solved easily because politics is a beautiful thing. We have such a great president who... I've never said more lies in a sentence before.
I know.
It's not like he's going to experiment with anything and try and make things... Yeah, he's not going to listen to the other side.
Yeah.
Because with politics, it's always just...
Yelling.
Yeah, it is. It's just yelling. And he's really good at it. Probably the only thing he's good at. I'm done trashing Trump. You can talk about what you think now.
That reminds me, my English teacher, whenever we would talk about politics, he would say, "My man, your friend, Donald Trump." Like, that's how he would introduce it. It was great, because we all knew that, like, everybody hates him. That's another thing that we should talk about, like, how?
And it's not like I want to hate people. I don't think anyone wants to hate anyone. It's just hard when disagreements are a thing.
Yeah.
I do wish everyone in the country could just sit down and talk about things. Especially gun violence. And not get angry just listening. Because I do agree with some sides where they're like, oh, there should be no guns. And I do think about it and I'm like, that actually makes perfect sense. So, yeah, you can't agree with the opposite side. You just have to listen.
I think it's just the issue of polarization now. It's been the most extreme that it has ever been.
Yeah. And then it only makes it more extreme when people talk about it.
Yeah, because most of the time people don't even start with a common baseline of facts. You know, you listen to your side of the issue.
Yeah, what you agree with, because it only makes you angry if you talk about, or if you listen to somebody else who disagrees with you.
Yeah. There's no middle ground anymore.
Yeah, it really annoyed me when, I forgot what their movement is called. You know those kids from that one school shooting? I really should know what they're called. Basically, they're going around trying to stop guns from existing.
Right?
Which makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's really amazing that they're doing that in the first place. Because they're just teenagers. Like, they're just like us trying to change the world, which is really inspiring.
Mm-hmm.
And they're talking to politicians who are doing what they're really good at doing, which is, you know, changing the subject.
Right.
So they can't even get clear answers out of them because they don't even try and listen.
Yeah, and I think part of the problem is that they're youth, and nobody takes teenagers seriously.
We're not looked at as being wise or smart. We're just looked at as being stupid.
Yeah.
Lucky us.
Wow.
Wow.
So much fun.
Also, it's a political problem, so
yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Because I think there could be a middle ground somewhere there. It's just no one really wants to talk about it.
Yeah. But, I mean, we are. But nobody's gonna listen. Nobody's gonna find this podcast. Except for, like,
someone will find
one person.
Someone who has been on the, like, on YouTube for maybe 17 hours straight, and they're laying in bed, and it's 3 a.m, and they find it. That's when they'll find it.
Yeah.
We just have to wait.
We just have to wait for somebody to go into a YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah. And basically almost never come out.
Nice.
You're our one hope, whoever you are.
Please, come.
Okay, first thing we agree on is to make it really hard.
Yeah. Make it
so difficult that people will just give up if they really...
Yes, if you really, like, need a gun, then, yeah, you'll be able to get it, but, like, for most people, it'll be too much work. I think that's...
The one thing is, if you're insane, that's the problem. Because you can't tell when a person is a psychopath.
They look like everybody else.
Yeah, they're really persuasive. They're really charming. That's literally the characteristics of someone who is a psychopath.
Yeah. So you can't tell if the...
That's the one problem, I think.
Yeah. I think maybe if we just started to address the epidemic of mental health in this country, a lot of issues would be solved.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But unfortunately, it's not really taken seriously because it's not seen unless something drastic happens.
But something drastic has happened. Like, how many school shootings have happened in the past year?
I don't know. We should get up the statistics. I mean, just at our school, there was a school shooting warning. Someone literally said they were going to kill people with a gun in our school.
Yeah.
I didn't even know about that until one of my friends told me.
I didn't know about it until it was over, and then, like, I don't remember who told me about it, but it was...
I mean, it was hard because it was a little less noticeable, but there was police cars around the school. And that was a weird thing.
Yeah. Because you never think it's going to happen to you.
Yeah, until it happens. And then it's too late to do anything about it. There's also the thing about how do you make your school safer when there's really not much... Like, people don't care about kids.
No, they don't.
And they don't care about schools. Because we can't vote yet, so our opinions and what we think doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So it's not like they're going to do anything to try and make it safer. They haven't done anything. Literally no progress has been made.
Yeah, it's...
Which is insane because there are so many people screaming at the government to try and fix something.
Yeah, I think.
I think.